Are you
Yes, sir.
okay? Like it's having a wave kind of. Just do practice. Let me just effect it. I will explain it in the effect so that this will not be too long. So let's go to the navbar. What I want to do now, I want to make this navbar to be fixed. Where you scroll down. So I want to make it what fixed. So what you would just need to do is to call position. All right. CSS property called what position. So we have position what fixed. So when I turn it to position fixed, uh, CSS position fixed is there, but it's not really working like you can see. So how do I make this into stretch from this side and stretch? So I'm going to say give it a right of 0. I will also give it a left of what 0. So you can see it now. When I gave it right of 0, this issue. So for you to gum the edge of the tab, I'm going to give it a top of what? A top of what 0. So when I gave it a top of 0, even when I scroll my browser, you see that that's my header is not actually what is not moving out. All right, it's fixed. But there is a problem between this now. The problem I'm having here is that part of this image is inside to the body. You know, we created general.what css. In this general.css, I will use the element word selector, which is what the body word element. This is how I told you you called element, right? So what I'm going to do there, 77 words pixels. So what do you observe now? You can see that the part of this picture comes down. I think 75 way is it good enough? What's the size, the height of the header? 70. So let's give it 70. So it will not be too far. So this is what I have. Please, do you understand what I did here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. So you can see that it's now fixed. All right. It's now what? It's now like what they have here. Where is it? Yes, Monachi, speak out. What they have here. I'm with you, Monachi. Okay, your voice is even low. It's okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do here now, I want to create this sidebar using this same concept that we just brought in. So we are going to go into the our HTML, which is YouTube. You know, we have to link it so that whatever we type there will be affected. So I'm going to call my link. Sorry. My link. So what I'm going to do next inside this sidebar, I don't need this guy again. Do I really need this one though? So what I'm going to do next inside this sidebar, I have to write my what, my script. Before I will start writing my script, let me make my sidebar to be achievable. So I want to put my sidebar between the nav and the words, and the video words and the session. Please, are you getting me? So I'm going to give the nomenclature they gave it. Aside, this aside is going to have a class. It's going to have a class of sidebar. Please hope you know that this is a class name. It can be anything, Abby. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So so inside this class, let's say let me just type in the text here called text should come up. You can see it here presently. Alright, but that's not what I want to achieve yet. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do something. Hello.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
So going back to where we put our padding
Mm,
for the in the nav bar, sir, were you not only meant to put padding top? Because looking at it
that's
in the general.css,
okay.
because looking at it, there are spaces at the side
Yes, 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 yes. Padding top, thank you. Okay, like this. So now it's, I think it's coming up better now. I think we are okay like this, are we?
Yes, sir.
So I think let's bring this one up a bit because it's still kind of far. Let's give it 65. So by the time this container is no longer there, this text, I will now know what's going to happen. Because is this sidebar that is there that is giving the sidebar. So if I give it a background color, let's say I give it a background color of pink. So you know that's the color you're going to have. Now remember we are creating a sidebar, not the way it is right now. So what I'm going to do in that case, I'm going to give it a position, just like what I did on top there. It's going to be a position of fixed. All right. So I'll now move this fixed position to the left. I'll give it to the left of 0. All right. So now it's at the edge of this browser now. Then I'll give it a bottom. Give it left of 0, bottom of 0. It came down, right? So I need to give it top. So I'm going to give it top. So what's the height of my navbar? My navbar, like I checked it that then, it was 70. So I'm going to give it 70 what pixels. So this is saying that this thing grows from top to what? To get to the edge. Look at it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to give it a width. I'm going to give it a width of 7. All right, 70 pixels. Is it good enough? Okay, let me increase it. Let's say 80 pixels. 88 pixels. Because I don't like what I'm having there. All right, I think this is okay. Then, so what do we observe? We notice that this my video container, this guy is coming on top of it, of which I won't want it to happen. So I'll go back to that general.csx. All right, so I'll give it a so I'll give it 88 watts pixels. So you can see that instead of I'm seeing a very good shape, you can see that I'm having a proper what spacing here right now, a proper spacing here. So the background color, because their own sample that we are looking at is actually white. Hello. All right, the background color in their own sample is white. Let me just type it there. All right, so that's what I have now. So that's what. Now the next thing, now let's begin to bring our container into it. Please, am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me remove this sidebar since I've gotten this the kind of pattern that I want. As YouTube. So this sidebar here, let's remove it. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to go to the website, the original website, and download those icons they have on the sidebar. These ones here. I'll save image as. So I'm saving. Please, are you still with me? Who is going up? Who is going out and coming back like this?
Sir is Monachi.
The network is bad. It is logging us out and in. We are not doing it on purpose.
Okay, sorry. So save
Right
image.
now, I can't.
So I'm trying to save all this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, all right, let's continue now. So let's go to the HTML. In the HTML, the sidebar, so I'll pass them inside a container. So let's say I have a div. And this div, all right, is having sidebar. Then this one will be what? Home. You will see the guy will come up there. Then I'm going to give this one the class of, please can you unmute your mic? Let me know if you are with me, so that
Sam, what you say?
so that we know that I'm not disconnected.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I gave it a class of links.
No, you are with me.
Then all right, thank you. Then this one I'm going to give pass a div here, because on the sample they have what? Home. So this is now home. So that's the home that you're seeing there. Then these particular links that I just created, these links, I will duplicate it because I have 6 of them. 2 3 4. This second one is subscription, Abby. Please, somebody show me check the original website. What is on it?
Explore.
Explore. Okay, explore. So this one should be explore. Okay, so this one is what? The second one. This one is what?
Subscription.
Subscription. Please, the next one is what?
Originals.
Originals. The next one is what?
YouTube Music.
The last one is library, Abby.
Yes, sir.
Library. Who is the
Sir, the first letters are all capitals.
Okay. It's CSS that we'll now use to address it. So we'll go to our CSS, which is the sidebar of those CSS. That's what we are going to now. So the first thing I want to do on my sidebar, I've turned it to position fixed. That's what you are seeing there. Then I've given it a background color of white. Then I've given it my width. I want to introduce you guys to something again. There's something that we called now. I will still have to give this header a z index. So every element that you see on this your browser, they are giving a default z index. So some of them are higher than another. All right. Now the reason why we have to give z index, the one with higher z index will be on top of elements that have a lower word. Let me see if the effect is even here. Oh, this bad. So let me see. All right, this one is working fine, oh, but it's not always working fine. Okay, it's not always working fine. You can see something has happened here. So in case to avoid this image coming on top of your icon, you better give it a higher word z index. So I'm going to give it a z index of 200. So nothing will make of z index. All right, that's the work of the z index. It's how elements are placed. How elements are placed. Then remember I gave a CSS link called links, right? I gave a CSS class. That would be what will be dealing with my yeah, these items, these containers, right? These, so that's the height. Don't forget about the way it is displaying. We are going to use CSS to justify content and allow space to what to be between them. So I'm going to call my justify content, my content, and putting it at the words at the center. So all the items you are seeing inside there, they are placed at the center. Please, can you hear me? Then the next thing I'm going to call my aligned words items. I'm going to put my items at the center. That's the text that you are seeing here. Then I will give it a display of what? Flex. Remember we said flex by default. Item in a flex are displaying and they are coming the way I want them to what to be horizontally. But I want it to be in form of a column. So I'm going to call the direction I want it to flow, which is going to be flex words direction. The value, sorry, flex direction. So the value is going to be what? Column. All right, you can see the elements are placed like this. Then the next thing that I will do again is my cursor. I've not gotten what I want. I will pointer. So anytime my cursor get there, it tends to what? It tends to what? To hand. All right. So while we continue, let's talk to the image. Let's reduce the size of the image. The image is under a class 24 word pixel. It's just a CSS word property. So you can see the image has actually what reduced. Then the next, a space at the bottom, a margin bottom of let's say 4 pixels. It's very small, 4 pixels. Then I also need to talk to the word the div, which is the fonts. So for me to get to the div, I have to call my links again, my links. So now I'm going to, you know, div is an element there. So it means, I think some of you guys are looking at me. Look at it. I said I targeted this class. I go for image. So that's what I'm trying to do. So where is it? Sidebar. So what I'm going to give it, I'm going to give the text a font size of 14 words, 14 pixels. A font size of 14 pixels. Good enough. I need to get they're having something like over effect kind of. How come alright, it's better like this. Then I think there is an over effect when the cursor gets to what? To the particular container. So I still have to achieve that. So it means that I have to come and call my over these containers are located, my class of links. I'll call my pseudo class. We have passed this level. Then I'll give it what gray arrow G what B 235 235 23 what 5. On a bigger screen, this is what we have. I believe we are progressing, Avi. So this is what we have.
Yes, sir.
So now if you observe something again, you will notice something that okay, I think it's okay. You will notice something that I think this element, yeah, that's how it look like. But it kicks it perfectly. I hope there's nothing I'm missing up here. On the sidebar, the I gave it a top. I gave it this one a top of 70 pixels. What's the height of this one for 70 pixels? Yeah, I'm good. It's not bad. Or let me give something like 65 pixels. Because I don't want it to be obvious, kind of. Yeah, this is. Do we get what we just did here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's come back here. Let's come back here. Probably let me just start it. Let me just start. I can do this one again. You do this one for me, and this one for me. So our next class, by God's grace, we may even round it up next class. Our next class will now know that we want to do that tree that is shown on top. So let's get to the over effect. I'm going to go back. Let me just go away from the sidebar for now. I'm going back to the header. I'm going back to the words, to the header.
Sir,
Yes.
the over effect of when your mouse goes over and then a text appears below. Sir.
So it's over effect, but there is an adjustment of the CSS property. So let's just do, I will do this one and this one. They probably this one there. I'll give you the rest, the other one as your assignment. All right, let's go back to our YouTube. So sidebar close. I'm going back to the header words side of it. I'm going back to the header side of it. So we have search with your voice, right? Search with your voice. Okay. Okay. So this div, let me even show you a shortcut of creating a class. Dot your class. I'm going to give it tooltip. Press enter. So this is going to be search. Okay, you see there, it's not going to appear well, but that's it. Then this one again, this is the one that carries search with your voice. Too much CSS code. Tooltip, search with your voice. Alright, so it's not going to appear very well. It's going to appear like this for now. Put it inside, because if you look at those ones I've done, you see that the div is inside a button, right? The button is the container. It means that this one will have to be inside a container. Sorry. So let me use the shortcut. So let's say the class is upload icon container. Upload icon words container. So this I think is create. I'm going to give it a div with the class of tooltip again. So this one is going to be what? Create. Are you getting it? This one is going to be what? Create. So I have upload icon container, then I have what? Create. So let's go to our CSS. The nav.css. Now the first thing I want to do in my nav.css, which is my header.css, sorry, display flex. That flex put item in horizontal. We also know what justify content is all about. Values like space between, center, at the center. But first thing first, I would like to put this class below where I have my middle.css. Yeah, let me just put it. Yeah, let me put it here. So the first thing I'm going to call first is this class is search button, right? Why this one is called voice search what button? I'm going to call that. So I'm going to call search button. All right. Now I want to show you how to write all the class at once, so that you not be disturbing yourself with writing one after the words, one after the other. So that's the first class. The next class I want to call, just put comma in between them, is voice. I think it should be here. Voice search button command. There's the last one I brought in, which is upload icon Abi container. Is that what I call it there? Upload icon word container. Let me check.
Voice.
Okay, this one is search. No. Search with voice is the text.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the class is search, voice search.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's pass what we want to pass there. We are going to give it a display of flex. By display of flex, everything will go horizontally what placed. All right. So the next thing I'm going to get here again is I'm going to justify. You know that if I say justify content space between, you know what will happen, right? So justify content, or let's say center now. So it will be placed at the center. Justify content center. By now you should know what property and value is. I don't need to be saying it. But the next thing I'm going to pass there, the align items. I'll also make the items to be at the center of the container. Yeah, it's actually at the center of the container now. But you know that that container now is for the search and the voice search, they are inside the button. It's only that upload icon that is inside the what? A div. Do you understand? Alright. We also have another position called position what? Relative. Position relative. So what then is the difference between position fixed and position relative? Look at it here. Position fixed that we have looked at in the example below, it is fixed on the what? On the browser. Alright, it means that position fixed does not move along with the word browser. That's what I used to get the word the header. You can see that this header is not moving, it's not shaking. Okay, even when this horizontal scroll bar is scrolling, but this my sidebar is not scrolling. As you give an element position relative, as you scroll the browser, it goes along with the browser. Alright, then the other position, which is called position absolute. Position absolute, that is, you have an item inside position absolute. You want it to be inside a position fix. Probably do I need to do practice of it?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just do a little practice of it. You guys will pay me. No, don't worry, you'll be buying my data now very soon. What's this? Monarchy. People will buy my. So let's say
Thank you, sir.
CSS position. If not, I'll just keep it and be doing something else. HTML. This is a div. I have a container inside this container. Alright. Now, this particular container, let's say I call this one. This is relative, Abby. Let's say I gave it on the style, inline styling. I'll be seeing what I'm doing on my browser. Because there's nothing inside yet. Let's say this is absolute. So this container is at position words. I gave it a CSS position words relative, not inherent. Okay. So when I give it a CSS position relative, I have something like this. Then I also want to give it a width so that it will not be too big. I'm going to give it a width of let's say 300 pixels. So this is what I have. Then let me also give it a 300 pixels. So I have something like this. Now, please, are you getting it now? This is a container on its own, right? There's a container inside though. This container, I've set the position to be what? I've set the position of this container to be relative. Look at it here. There is one, I want to give this one its own style. Let's say the background color is black. And the color of what is inside is what? Is white. So I have something like this. Alright, so let's say I gave it a width. This one is absolute, this pink is absolute, this black is what is relative. Let's see now, I want to move this black to be at the bottom. It's just for me to add this property here. I'll just call my bottom property. I'll just set it to be what, 0. Okay, and this is what absolute. Alright, particular spot. I hope it's not because I gave it a default width and height. Alright, let's assume that I think it's because of this height. Bottom, let's say right. If it doesn't work, then I'll know what I'll do next. Right of 0. Alright, it's because I gave this in a width. Okay, I think I've not set the position yet. So let me give it a position absolute. That's why position words absolute. So when I gave it position absolute, are you seeing that it's coming here now? Because I gave it the bottom of 0, I gave it the right of 0. If I wanted to come back here, come to the other side, I will just say left 50 pixels. So this is how to move item. Are you seeing that it's not here? So I can put it anywhere I want to put it. I can say, okay, oh, be at the left side of this particular word. Sorry, at the right side of the particular word container. So it's going to go to the other side. I get it. That's how they used to obtain that black stuff on those containers. So one is relative, the other one is what?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go back to our program. Let's go back to our class. Okay, so let's go back here. So I've gotten this. What I was okay. So I gave you them position words relative. Do you understand that now? Right bar. The two tip of all these containers. So that is what I will now give position words. Absolute. All right, that's what I will give position absolute. Then I will now use it to move it to where I want to. I am calling the class of what? To tip. Comma. Voice search button. I'm calling the class of what? To tip. Comma. All right. So I want to pass my CSS inside here. First thing first, I'm going to set the background to be what? Gray. I'm gray because there are samples. Set the background to be what? To be gray. So that's what we are having. So the next thing I'm going to have there is what I'm having now. A text color of what? Of white. Then the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to give it brought down as a result of what I call it now, margin. All right, but the reason why I'm putting a padding is because I want it to spread, all right, on the container. So we are going to give it a padding left and a padding right of 8 pixels, padding top and a padding bottom of what? 4 pixels. So we said the shortcut is using what? Padding. So 4 pixels space what? 8 what? Pixels. So that's what I have. But you see, notice that this guy is still tall. All right. Please, I believe you know what's going on here. Padding left, padding top, padding bottom, padding left, and what? Padding right. Just collapse them together and make life easy for myself. So position, we are setting the position to be position what? Absolute, because we want it. So I want to be able to move it. I can see that it has entered the container itself. This long text, that's why the text is long, is not going up. All right, it's still on a vertically display. The property that does that is called white space, and the value is called what? No wrap. So you call your white space, they give your property no what? No wrap. How will I type it? No wrap. So if I pass this here, you can see that this one that was vertically placed before is now horizontally what? Placed. Then we need to call our is it margin now, or how will I put it now? A bottom. Let's say I give it a bottom. If I give it a bottom of 0, so these things, they are at the bottom. Please, are you following? It's at the bottom, but I want it to 30 pixels. You can see that is now down, unlike what? Before. Please, are you with me? So
Yes, sir.
if you want to put it down more, you can increase the value for your 30 to be 50 watts. 50. Those are probably because of the way I have turned my own. Arrangement. Then we got to reduce the font size. Let's give it a font size of 12 watts, 12 pixels. You know that I'm talking to the text now. A font size of text of 10 pixels. Let's also give it a border radius. The border radius is not too obvious because that's what they have, 2 watts, 2 pixels. Okay, Now I want to do something. I want to ask something that will make you ask me question. We talked about opacity last class. Is it last class? That's if you are in my introduction class. I said opacity is what, 0 and 1, Abby. 1 is when you want the item
Yes.
to appear. 0 is when you want the item to be fade out. So if I gave it opacity of 0, you see that everything disappeared. It's not that they are not there. When the mouse is hovering on what? Is hovering on what? On it. Alright? That's what I want. So uh, pointer event, I want to set my pointer event to be none, so that it shouldn't be too. I have to call the pseudo class the pseudo property of all of these what item. So search over, I'm looking at tooth what, a class of what, tooth tip, comma. So the next one I'm going to pass there is void search button, pseudo class of over. I'm looking at the class, I'm targeting the class of what, tooth tip. Then the last one is upload icon container. I'm looking at the pseudo class of over. Then I'm looking at the that is here. So I'm just going to say, okay, give it opacity of what, of 1. So if I set the opacity to be 1, when my cursor get to this guy, you see it appears, get here it appears, get here it also appear. That is the work of the opacity. To be, is it last class? What am I calling? That's the beginning of the class. So I don't want to be to make it to be too quick. I can call transition. I'll call the value of my opacity. Sorry. Then I'll set the time I want the opacity to what, to be carried out. So I want the opacity to be carried out at 0.15 watts seconds. That's what I want the opacity to be carried out. If I put my cursor here, I'm in a very, very what, good shape. So let's maximize it. I have this, and I have this. So what do they have in their own again? To do, instead of none, I have to set this into be what? To be pointer. So they use cursor. So since we are cloning, we have to get it right. So this is what we have.
Sir, it is the text that is having the pointer.
Yes, that's
You,
what
I think you put it in the wrong place.
yes, that's what I just observed. Is the container. Yeah.